Hey yo, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's another money stream to get your money up for the new year 2022. We gotta get that money up, so you already know how it is, man. Back by popular demand. A lot of people have been asking where you were actually. A lot of people thought you were dead or like, I don't know. But with me is the one and only H Money Henry. Y'all already know what it is, man. What's up, man?
H Money Henry back again. Not dead, but I am alive. You hear me loud and well, loud and clear. Yeah, I've been busy, working, traveling, easing into regularly scheduled life. And here we are Sunday night. Fantasy football team has been eliminated. I did not win this year. And that's why we're all here. What went wrong? Well, COVID went wrong with my players. The same players that were explosive last year. This year sucked. Antonio Brown, one of my wideouts, he quit. Josh Allen cooked the Patriots, but that wasn't enough. It was a good year. It was a good year in sports, but because I lost, I'm talking about money tonight, and I gotta recuperate my losses. So here's how we're gonna do it. Klaus, you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I don't. That's why I say to people like, don't gamble, bruh. Like, I always found that fantasy stuff kind of weird. Like, I literally don't understand that. I barely understand the world of gambling as it is. So this is even more out there for me because I mean, I don't even pay attention to sports that much, but now to pay attention to sports because you're getting money out of it as well. It's just I don't know. It's just it's definitely not my vibe for sure. Obviously, you can do it if you want to. I don't mind that.
I
Um,
mean, sports betting is legal in the state of New
yeah,
York,
yeah.
and this is $1 billion industry. This week, New York City alone beat the books all over the world. For like the past 70 something hours, hundreds of millions of dollars in games. Crazy. Nonetheless, I mean, if this is a money stream, it's not advice, but DraftKings, FanDuel, uh, Penn, all those sports betting stocks, the stocks look into now, and that's immediately like now, like this week, like college football and the state of New York and a lot of states have it on the ballot to legalize sports betting, right?
All right, absolutely. So let's get started with the first order, the item of the day. So we were going on about smart cities and like the metaverse and like this whole metaverse thing is going crazy. And so I don't know if you want to get into that first or what do you want to get into first?
Yeah. Metaverse is a buzzword, but plus, what does that word mean to you? When you hear metaverse, what do you think of? How do you define it?
The way I see it, if I didn't know anything about it, I would probably visualize the metaverse as a universe that's beyond the physically observable universe that we have because that's what meta means, right? Meta means beyond or above or going over. So I would kind of guess that a
I
metaverse
mean,
is
like
that.
within is meta. Like you're watching TV and they do something. Like the TV is watching TV. Oh, like that's so meta.
Oh well. I,
That's how I would define meta, not how you said.
oh, okay, my bad, bro.
No,
I
I mean,
got you.
isn't that the definition of meta, or am I wrong?
I think the definition of meta is to go beyond. Like there's, let me see. Actually, no, no, you're right. It says here referring to itself or the conventions of its genre, self-referential. Or but it also means transcending, or more comprehensive? So it's a little bit of both, I guess.
This is like an SAT level word for Hispanics, I think, because we just gave him like two interesting definitions for that word. They probably thought Meta just meant Facebook all this time, and we're giving them these definitions.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, just give me 10 seconds, but I want to share this article, and I want to talk about a bit about smart cities and localism and sense of governance and how we understand it. Um, and one of the trending topics or hot topics that I've come across in my industry is like transitioning from a smart city into a metaverse related city. What does that mean? Because I don't know if you guys heard the news, but Seoul, South Korea recently announced that they're going to go about governance through a Web 3.0 approach. So, if people have issues or disputes with their local politicians, they can go about it by reaching out to him on the metaverse and dispute it with him him or her on there. Um, and this is so South Korea is literally a city. I mean, America created South Korea. There's no other answer to it. Much like West Germany, so South Korea comes from what the United States was able to achieve after its intervention, whatnot. And yeah, this idea of like a smart city where like you're riding public transportations on your you're riding you're riding public transportation and there's Wi-Fi. It's
Yo,
like the
Henry, hold up. Yo,
what's up?
are you cleaning are you doing your dishes?
Oh no, I'm stirring my tea.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry.
My bad. But yeah, South Korea is on the cutting edge of metaverse technologies, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Plus, just give me 10 seconds while I pull up the share. And feel free, Klaus, if you have any thoughts about this.
No, no, I'm just listening to you because I am very, very ignorant to this topic, so I don't have a lot to say. I mean, this whole metaverse thing is still quite kind of funky to me. Maybe I'm getting older. Maybe it's kind of like my boomer moment where I just kind of don't get why certain technologies have to exist. I guess that's how, Gen Xers felt when the internet arrived. They're like, what the hell is this for? I guess I kind of feel somewhat similar. It's like, why do we need a metaverse? Is there any particular reason as to why you would need one to be in one?
I mean, it's inevitable at this point, right? It's like, yeah, I mean, we can't separate technology from progress. So it's like, if it's not, you know, us, I mean, it would be someone else, right?
Right.
Give me a second. But yeah, I'm seeing in the comments. Drop the link. I'm on my Colombian family. Macho, what's good? Wanaka, what's good? Henry, is your degree finance related? Depends who you ask. I mean, I double majored, but like my primary one would be my poli sci degree. My, my other major was econ. My initial one was poli sci, but despite getting a degree in both, one is valued more than the other. And the econ classes I took were more like behavioral and theory as opposed to like in the business school, as I wish I had more of. Let me pull up here. But anyone here a day trader or swing trader? I swing trade from time to time, but I'm not a swing trader. No. Econ teach you good info related to the stock market and forex. Well, I mean, econ is literally, or rather, like study of economics is just institutions, the individual, and government, and how to um, they make decisions with their money. So that's how I would define econ. Relations to the stock market, no. I would invest. I mean, I would suggest you go to the investment club in your university and join the trading club with them. The I mean, yeah, I didn't learn much of like a stock market person. I mean, you do learn like monetary and fiscal policies and the differences in like a macro class, but you don't learn like how to trade the stock market. You know. Where did I put that article? Just give me a second. My bad. It's more of a historical framework. Oh wait. So we're gonna try this. And hold up. Klaus, how was Colombia? Wow,
It was
I pulled
great. It
this
was
up.
great. I actually have to. I should honestly do a stream on that. So you send me a DuckDuckGo search, or
Yeah, I'm trying to pull that up, but that is the English version of the governance website in South Korea.
which one? SmartCity.go.kr.
Yes. Well,
Ah, okay.
mm, I mean, is that the Google search or the actual link?
No, you send me a DuckDuckGo search.
Oh, hold on.
So, yeah, yeah.
All right, got the link. Here it is. Then an econ. I mean, why would you want to be a day trader? That's a really stressful job. You don't make as much money as you think. Why would you want to be? I mean, if you want to trade at some capacity, I guess be a swing trader and have your stop losses at 10% and go from there while your day to day regular working 9 to 5 job. But yeah, no. So I was impressed by this website. I mean, what I saw here was where was the actual article about in South Korea they currently laid out this this transition from a smart city into a metaverse city. What is the metaverse? So, Klaus, I don't know if you can go click on the uh, s- smart city tour. Hold on. But basically there's a tour, yeah, running through city ops, transportation, and all these like cutting edge technologies that they have implemented in the city. And I'm really curious if you guys would be interested or if this is feasible in Latin America. Like, should we embrace this idea of a smart city? What can come from it? And I mean, what would you guys like to see from a quote unquote smart city if
I'd
that
have to read
exists?
more into it, but two things do strike me as interesting. The smart energy part,
Hmm.
definitely. Despite being quote unquote right wing, I am very much into the environment and stuff like that. I do like environmental solutions to today's issues, and I'm kind of on the Elon Musk camp of green capitalism, where you can use market forces in order to make a more environmentally sustainable planet, and to kind of industrialize, have more green industries. Transportation. I mean, I'm all in favor of any transportation. Really, any mass transportation. I'm down with that. Um,
Yeah.
Let me see. What does
So
it
like
show?
we're talking like bike lanes, metro, teleférico, what
Yeah,
have you, as the most optimal routes and loot. Well, I mean that's the most optimal forms of transportation, right,
yeah.
in a country.
So I'm
Yeah,
assuming that a
no,
lot of
I
this.
mean,
I'm assuming that a lot of this smart city stuff is tied to your ID number. I guess. So like,
yeah. Well, this is where a lot of like the Big Brother Orwellian pushback comes from. In Asia, they want to tie it into your ID number. They want to, you know, make it that the local city governance and what you do as as a citizen is tied into and it's recorded into your national ID number. And obviously we've heard this from China with AI, and South Korea has a element of this that isn't as totalitarian, I suppose, as China. But I know it's a concern to many. Look, the NSA has programs here in the U.S., but I've never had the NSA knock on my door after all the outlandish and crazy shit we've said on this this channel.
wait till we get bigger, then it's gonna start getting a little funky. But I mean, because here's the thing. But I'm actually gonna be do a devil's advocate and kind of argue in favor of integrating your national ID with all this smart city stuff, because in cities like Bogota, Cali, and Medellin, they all have their respective mass transport systems, but they all require a different card. So for the Transmilenio buses in Bogota, you require the Transmilenio card. For the Mio buses in Cali, you require the Mio card. For the for the Metro in Medellin, you require the Metro card. And now, thankfully, the Metro card is the same thing as the Metrocable card. So you only need one card to kind of use the city's mass transport. But wouldn't it be great if you could use your ID, if you could use your cedula as a Metro card? I think it'd be kind of cool, to kind of integrate your personal identity, your ID card into
That's
a
what
mass
I use
transport system.
here. Like in the city, I use my phone. I use Apple Pay to as my Metro card. If I have to get around through public transportation, I just double tap and good to go. Yeah, there's
But that's not an ID.
if
That's not what I'm
that's
saying is.
not an ID, but if I lose my phone, you know, let's say like I lose my wallet and my ID. At least on my phone, my name and ID are used to swipe and get across, and it's tracked at what time I swiped and etc. Not an ID, but it's still it's still an implementation of smart technologies, I would say, right?
I mean, I guess you could say that. Yeah, sure.
Yes. Yeah, so South Korea is going through. So in this article from the diplomat.com, South Korea is going through this like New Deal 2.0 type of revamping of infrastructure and broadband, etc. So it's like, yeah, it just caught my eye and attention, and it's something I just wanted to share. Um, I know Klaus isn't informed on the topic, but yeah, something I came across today while I was out and about, and South Koreans are by far the most interesting Asians I've ever communicated with.
It's like the Japanese, but more normal, if that's even possible.
Precisely. Well, yeah, they're more Americanized in the sense of like, you know, I mean, America built it, but whatever. Yeah. Um, yeah, going through this article, let me, so, quote, the metaverse started as a popular concept in sci fi novels and movies. The term was coined by Neil Stephenson in 1990 in his 1992 novel, Snow Crash, then later used in Ernest Cline's novel, Ready Player One. But with the development and more advanced technologies and the pandemic limiting in-person interactions, the application of the metaverse has been accelerated and more commercialized in the past few years. South Korea is an emerging player in the metaverse, springboarding from the strong gaming industry and popular culture content that attracts global fans. South Korea has the world's fourth largest gaming market, which is expected to exceed 18 trillion won, which is equivalent to 16.6 billion this year, and maintain its position as the largest cultural exporter from South Korea. The gaming industry is one sense. The gaming industry, in one sense, has been utilizing virtual engagement through massively multiplayer online role-playing games. I don't know what that means, but Korean game companies are always looking to expand into the metaverse by utilizing their own game characters and intellectual properties. Blah 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 blah. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? The metaverse, yeah, metaverse is increasingly attractive outside of the gaming realm as well. Navar Z Corporation, Zapato, is currently a leading metaverse platform in South Korea with over 200 million users globally, 90% of whom log in from outside of South Korea. The platform is used for social gatherings as well as shopping. Popular brands like Nike, Gucci, and Ralph Lauren have opened up virtual stores within Zapato to sell their digital products. Zapato Studios also allows users to design their own items and monetize them. It recently announced that it will incorporate games, directly challenging Roblox. So what's interesting about this is that as we also hear companies going into metaverse, Walmart, Nike, etc. I mean, South Korea, they're actually, putting their money up, and there's actual companies that are, you know, um, doing this online in the e-commerce space. And like, with NFT, right? Well, the question I often hear is, why would I want to buy an NFT if I can just like, screenshot the picture and I have the same JPEG? Well, it's more than that. It's kind of like owning a car, right? You know, let's say for instance you own the most popular car in the country, right? I think it's a Toyota Camry, right? But you own one Toyota Camry that's like specific in the sense that it has a VIN number on the windshield. You have your own keys that opens when you're opening the car, etc. Right? Well, NFTs are like in the same way, right? You want, some people want the NFT that the owner has his hands on, as opposed to that JPEG, kind of like the car example I provided here.
I think
I
a
don't know if
better
that makes sense,
example.
but
No,
that's
no, 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 no. I think a better example is, say for example, you have an original one of those super rare Pokemon cards. I think it's called a holographic first edition Charizard, which sold for like 500,000 or whatever. Like you can, the argument that these stupid people make is like, oh, like the equivalent of it would be like, oh, well, I can just print out the picture of that card and just like make it very identical and blah blah blah. And it's like, no, that's not the point. The reason why the Charizard card has such value is because it's printed from a reputable source, because it's scarce, it has sentimental value, and it is collectible. If you just print like, let me put it to you this way. Let me see. Holographic Charizard. Let me Here's how stupid. And that's not to say that I'm fully on board with NFTs, or that's not to say that I dislike NFTs. But the way that I kind of figured it out was, so here's the holographic Charizard. This is super, expensive. These sell for quite a bit. So the equivalent of the I can just download the JPEG argument is, oh, I can just print out this exact same card, and what's the difference? Well, the difference is you printed it out, and it's kind of obvious. Like you can tell which one's an original card, right? Which one's an original one issued by the Pokemon Company, and which one you printed out, especially if it's a holographic one. So see, for example, look at that, 14, fifteen
All right,
thousand dollars.
but in relation to there's multiple Charizard cards, right?
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
that's not
yes.
the only one, is it?
No, it's not the only one.
Yeah,
No.
it's kind of like the car example I was using, right? With your specific car has a specific number is to it, saying it's your car, and say for instance, there's two Teslas on the market, selling it. One of them is owned by Elon Musk, and the other one is by Average Joe. Both selling it for the same price. I mean, who would the customer be more interested in buying? I think it's the one from Elon Musk, and you have the VIN number to prove it. Think of NFTs as that way. It's many of them, and select handful of owners. Come across the actual NFT you own.
Well, yeah, actually, that's the one thing that
Skateboard.
NFTs. That's kind of like the thing that makes NFTs better than regular collectibles, because you can actually make it so that there really is only one, due to the nature of how the whole system works. Now, Guanaco says here, I'm not buying a picture of a monkey for 1 million, lol. How does a monkey pic carry emotional value? Well, you can't determine that because it's very new. Just like how can you say the Pokemon cards carry emotional value? Well, because when people were kids, they like to watch the anime, like to watch the games, like to play the card game, and so that holographic Charizard kind of carries an emotional reminder of that. Something similar could be happening with the stoned ape ones, but it's just not with children anymore. It's with adults, and I mean we can get to the argument of, okay, is that arrested development? Are they still kind of like mentally teenagers for caring about some monkey image that they have on their NFT wallet, and does that even matter? And I mean, I don't know. That's not really up for me to decide. I'm not the guy spending $1 million on that, so you know, I kind of don't care. It's like when people buy, a Basquiat for millions of dollars, and then like, I personally wouldn't spend that much. I mean, even if I had the money, I wouldn't spend that much money on a Basquiat, because I think Basquiat kind of sucks, right? But it's not my money. Someone wants to buy that Basquiat, and he's gonna get it.
Mm, that is true. That is true. I mean, if you're not going to buy Bored Ape Club, I mean, it's probably something. The thing about the art market is that it's a different economy than anything else. It's unrelated to the equities market. So, like, for instance, in '08 and in '09, when the U.S. was going through the Great Recession, the art market was actually booming. It was at an all-time high. And, it's like unexplainable to like the normie. Like, how does that happen? It's just like, I don't know, it's just art. If you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, carry on.
Absolutely. And again, I do find it weird that this whole metaverse thing. It's like you can now buy digital clothes, so it kind of feels like the Me
Hmm.
store. You remember the Mii's from Nintendo and shit like that?
Yeah. Still there, Klaus? You hear me? Does anyone hear Klaus? Does anyone hear me? Press one if you hear me. From what I've seen, indexes seem like a good investment. Yeah, I like indexes and NFTs. can't hear Klaus. Okay, but anyway, you guys can hear me. Yeah, L Dog, I mean indexes, but EFTs, FANG stocks. You can make your FANG stocks as an index. That work. I mean, the Fed is supposed to be raising interest rates. 25 beeps over. I don't know if it's going to happen. I heard Goldman said 25. I heard Diamond said we're going to see some interest rates increase from the Fed. We'll see. There's a lot of interesting things going on in the equities market, out dog. But
Can you
you
guys hear me
know,
now?
I was damn. I don't even know if I can talk about it. But I was talking to an investment banker from a Big Four this weekend. I can't say which Big Four and who I was talking to, but basically he was telling me that he's getting this feeling of inflation, or rather, he's seeing the same trend that we saw in '08, where the Tea Party comes about and they're ringing the bell on inflation. They sweep up the midterms 2010. And we're waiting for inflation to come and it never comes, right? Obama, or rather, some will argue it was postponed. Others will argue that, let's be honest, it never came because Obama won in 2012 overwhelmingly. And this guy in IB, he's in the IB division at top 3 bank, tells me that we're not going to see that. At worst, Q1, we're going to see inflation go up to anywhere from 9 to 10%. And if you're of the mind that thinks that what we're seeing now at, what is it? I think it's 7%, J Powell said, which in reality feels like 13% is bad. It's going to get much worse. But he was arguing to me that after spring, we'll be good. It's looking like Q3 and Q4 of 2022 are going to be the strongest years that we've seen in decades. So I don't know. This is just what I've heard. And this guy is a managing director at blank bank.
Yo, I don't know if you guys can hear me better now.
Yeah, I hear you now.
All right, so yeah, this whole digital marketplace of like Gucci trying to sell you digital stuff. Like again, that's not it personally doesn't appeal to me, but you guys have to look at it in terms of okay, how can I make money on the metaverse? Because obviously you and Henry, correct me if I'm wrong, you're gonna have these established fashion brands like it says here Nike, Gucci, and Ralph Lauren. They have virtual stores within this metaverse.
Oh yeah.
But what about you? Wait.
Well, it's
No.
like MySpace and Facebook, right? Klaus, the question in 2004 was, well, why would people want to go into Facebook when MySpace exists and they can be who they want, design their own wall, like website lists and top friends, and it's like you can fake it until you make right because it's MySpace, and then Facebook comes out, and it's kind of like this process of transparency, right? This is who you are, this is your name, and um, authentication. It's like my family and my friends, and where I went to school, my education, credentials, how my friends find me, right? I'm a real person. Right? That's what transitioned us from MySpace to Facebook. And it's kind of like what I would guess we're going to see in the metaverse, right? Where all these fashion houses are there. And if you want to buy from this fashion house and wear that gear in the metaverse, if it's authentic, it's going to be done this way, right? Kind of like what we saw 15 years ago, but now we're going to see it in this sense of with the technologies we have today. So I think Gucci, Facebook, Walmart, whatever, like on the metaverse, because the experience they want to give to their customers are like in line with like authentication and transparency that people in the metaverse want to put forth. like, hey, I'm able to afford these brand new Gucci shoes on the metaverse. You know, you can trust in me, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't really want to say too much, but I have been considering getting into the NFT market, and obviously I've been a bit busy for that. But it is an
Mm.
interesting market. You
Yeah,
guys have
yeah.
to remember.
It's very. I'll say this. I mean, I think NFTs are gonna. I'm predicting that NFTs have the biggest year, year to date. I mean, a year of all time this year. Um, yeah, no, there's a lot to anticipate from the NFT market this year. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to speak and spoil much of what we're gonna see, but I'm bullish on the NFT market. I would recommend you guys look into it and you know remain bullish just as I am because there's a lot there, and I love the NFT market.
Yeah, I kind of like it too. I obviously don't like buying into it because I'm not a speculative asset kind of guy.
Mm,
It's not really my thing, but I do enjoy the creative
mm,
liberties that it grants to people because
mhm.
we've had several different revolutions in the artistic space ever since the rise of technology, especially I'd say somewhere around since the 80s or 90s perhaps. I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly when, but you had bands, making their, demo tapes and sending them out to, record executives and all that. And that was kind of like a revolution, home recording type of stuff. And then you had the internet where you could kind of share your own music and kind of create an artistic space with fellow artists. That's actually how Earl Sweatshirt got started. He got spotted by Tyler the Creator on his MySpace page back when he was known as something else. I think he was known as Sly Tendencies. And Tyler picked
Yeah,
him up from
suicidal
MySpace.
tendencies or slight tendencies. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think if I remember correctly, the also just the pricing of like how much an album is worth and how much are you willing to sell it for on the internet without label interference. That was also revolutionized by Radiohead from their in their 2007 album In Rainbows because they had to pay at what you want model. I think they went independent after that. After, like, well, not after that release, but like when they released the album, they were independent, if I'm not mistaken. So they could charge. They wanted to charge you whatever you wanted to pay for that album. And then you had, LimeWire and peer to peer networks, and now you have streaming. So basically, anyone, and I'm not saying you will, but anyone can make it streaming to Spotify and to Apple Music, to YouTube, even SoundCloud, Bandcamp. Bandcamp is huge. And TikTok, obviously, a lot of songs have gotten famous off of TikTok. And now this is not so much in the audio space because obviously I'm more interested in music. I'm more of a music guy myself. But with the NFT market, it seems like there's more power than ever before in the hands of the creators, not so much the intermediaries. Like, I feel that with this Web 3.0 stuff, we're really going to start to see the true independence of the artists from the labels, from the management. I'm not saying these are going to be completely irrelevant. I'm not saying they're going to go the way of the dodo, but now artists are really going to find a way to, hey, guys want to support me? I'm going to sell out the my album cover as an NFT, and who wants it? And I'm sure there's a lot of people who would want to have, an independent artist's
Of
album cover
course,
as
I
an
mean,
NFT.
there's artists or content creators that want to. I mean, does anyone want to take a guess how much the average musician gets per stream? Like on Spotify or Apple Music, it's like pennies on the dollars, right? There's a number of content creators that want to engage with their fans, right? If they're like small town, small artists, or they're rappers that they have an option to take a 360 deal, which is like you're like co-signed to a music artist, a rapper, as opposed to even a label, and you're under him for a limited number of time, and you're basically a slave. But nonetheless, it's like what I'm trying to articulate is that, like, the blockchain, for instance, right, and the music industry will finally have, like, not just like conduit of like music to fan, but rather like I think the key word here is engagement. How to engage with your fans, and the blockchain would definitely provide that, and so will NFTs.
It's the next evolution, really, and I'm all for it. Not so much as a consumer. Again, I don't honestly see myself buying NFTs, but I do definitely see myself selling NFTs. So, say for example, I don't know if this would even be possible, but maybe selling a very kind of cool asado that I made, and someone might buy it for. It doesn't even have to be that much. They could buy it for like $60. I'm not gonna charge you guys that much for
Yeah.
an asado NFT. Know what I mean? Or something like that. Like I've thought about it as well. Like how about like little Klaus image NFTs or other stuff that I don't want to get into because I don't want people to take my idea, but it's there. The opportunity is there, and I'm all about choices. I'm all about giving people the ability to engage in the market however they see fit. Obviously, as long as they're responsible with it, and we obviously, guide people with this type of stuff.
Mm, 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 mm.
So we have a dissenting voice. I don't know if you want to speak, Mister Raton.
Yeah, introduce yourself, Rat.
Que lo que, dime
Mr.
a ver, que lo
Mr.
que.
Ratón. Introduce yourself, you rat. ¿Qué lo que? ¿Cómo está todo?
Aquí. Yo, I don't see the value in these things, bro. Like, there's, like, it's not, it's nothing physical, bro. You know what I mean? You guys know how I feel about cryptocurrency already, but like, this is even worse. A picture, bro. A picture, like, it's ridiculous. I don't know if I sent you the video the other day. How they were talking about how these NFTs are basically like tickets to join these Discord chat rooms where celebrities get together, like rich celebrities get together to talk. Like it's just basically a ticket, just to be able to boast about it. Like it's stupid. I don't see the value in it, bro. Like come on. Like honestly. I mean, from the perspective that I come from, like I'm an old school Ron Paul guy. I'm all for sound money. I don't see the value in this at all. Like I'd rather put my money down on Ethereum or Doji coin. But what the hell is this, bro?
Well, NFTs are not meant to be money, bro. It's literally
NFTs aren't money.
digital.
They're non-fungible
No,
tokens.
that I
They're
understand that.
they're
I understand that, but still,
they're
no
it's like
point. There's
think
no
of
point
digital real estate. I mean, why would you buy physical real estate, right?
because it's physical.
All right, why not buy digital real estate?
What is digital and real estate? Honestly,
Well, it's your profile and data what you have online. So your Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, etc. All of that is data stored somewhere into the iCloud or wherever. And with Web 3.0, now data being more valuable than ever, you can actually own the data you own, you have, and utilize it to sell it if you want, or optimize it to your what have you interests or capacities.
nah, I don't know, bro. That I don't see the value in it. You like with real estate, you have something physical there. You can always, you lose your job, market crashes. You always have that. Obviously, if it's paid off, you know what I mean.
I mean,
Um,
look, what I'm trying to say is that ownership is fundamental to your, let's say, your identity, right? Because it's something about your interests, and if a person that you have interest in because of his individualism or who he is as a character, selling something a part of who he owns, I'm pretty sure you want to be either a part of that community or be a buyer of what he's selling, right? Or bid on it, right? And the NFT space is one of those spaces that would allow that. And like, the creative world, whether it's art, collectibles, music, different sorts of medias that we don't know about today that we're speaking of. But for prosperity, it's only the beginning, right? We're like early adopters talking about this, right? There's probably someone that's going to listen to this in 15, 20 years, and they're probably going to laugh at what we're talking about because we were like so far off. But what I'm saying is that I think it's here to stay. I think there's a lot of development. It's here to stay. And in some parts, it's dramatically underestimated. The angle of a community, of a social circle. You know what I mean?
I mean, the same thing was said about cryptocurrency. It was like underestimated at first, etc. Especially Bitcoin. But I don't know. I mean, whether it was underestimated or not, I'm still not a fan of it. And especially like this, it makes no sense, bro. It makes no sense at all. I mean,
It makes no sense because you're broke. And
ah,
no, and that's not an insult because I'm broke too. I'm broke too.
It's it's for bragging rights, bro. Literally.
Define broke.
Hold
We have
Henry.
to define broke because I want to say I'm broke too.
Well, net worth under 100,000 is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Right.
I mean, I can't speak to that.
Okay, I'm broke, man. I'm broke. But anyways, look, and here's why I'm saying this. Hold on. Let me talk. Because Arsenius Kapayana says, once you understand the uselessness of the fine art market, you understand the uselessness of the NFT. And that's clearly
the NFT isn't entirely the fine art market. That's
Hold on, but Henry, Klaus, the fine art market is you have something physical there. Whether you buy a expensive ass art piece that was made 50 years ago, 120, 200 years ago, it's something physical, right? And then you have you have people out there that can inspect it to make sure that it's real, it's authentic, it's not a copy, etc. This is not
same thing with the NFTs.
But
same thing with the because they're on the blockchain.
That's just what I articulated.
Again, it's not physical, and not only that,
Bitcoin is not physical either.
You know how I feel about Bitcoin too, bro.
Okay, fair enough. So again, it's not your lane, and that's understandable. But comments like this come from broke people. And again, I'm broke too, so Arsenius, I'm not judging you for not understanding the fine art market. And again, it could be very like fart huffy. I understand that it's very pompous, it's very pretentious, right? Because I'm sure that as Henry said, the community of Basquiat buyers or the community of Rembrandt buyers is probably very snooty and elitist and whatever. But who cares? Like, first of all, they're a community of people who are very elite. They may not be the right kind of elite. I can definitely understand that these are not the elites I want to be ruled by. But that's things that the elite do. You know what else the elite does that I find insufferable? Play polo. I find polo insufferable. And I find golf insufferable.
My apologies, golf. I mean, I grew up playing that. My parents didn't give me a choice. That's just what my mom's family played.
See,
they golfed every day.
Loco.
Yo, like, I'm sorry, bro. A mí me criaron jugando fútbol en la calle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm super barrio like that. But I'm not hating. I'm not hating because I understand that's a different world. That's a different environment. And I would expect people lower than me, socioeconomically speaking, to also not judge me too harshly on some of the things that I do. For example, I enjoy acai smoothies. That's a very bougie type of thing, I guess, from a Colombian perspective. Acai bowls, like, that's very, like, upper middle class type of thing. And so obviously some people are going to be like, oh, you're so snooty eating acai bowls. Well, I like acai bowls. What can I say? So
they're pretty good.
Yeah, I like acai bowls. I love them. But if you don't understand why the fine art market exists, then you don't have an elite mindset. You don't understand.
You got to understand also there's a market for anything. So I can believe that that this is real. This is real. There's a market for anything and every. You know what I mean? Like please, like people. My wife was telling me people like girls sell their farts. Literally fart inside a jar, close it up, and
Yeah,
sell it on eBay or whatever.
yeah.
So I can believe it, but again, it's not physical. It's not valuable to me.
Actually, Arsenius makes a very funny comment. He's like, let me show him a Pollock painting. I actually like Pollock paintings, believe it or not. He's like the one guy,
I, I
and
actually
and,
like
and
Pollock as
Warhol.
well.
Pollock and Warhol are like the two guys that I can enjoy that are like post-war painters or whatever the hell. Because anything after that, I really don't like. I don't even like most Picasso paintings. Honestly, I'm not good with art, so I don't have an academic knowledge of art. If I like something, I just like it because I like it. It's aesthetic. Like, oh, that looks kind of nice. And Pollock paintings do look nice. Now, I would never pay a single cent for a Pollock painting. I just like looking at it.
Yo,
But
Klaus,
anyways, what's up?
what's going on, bro? Would you buy a monkey picture for $10,000?
No, I just told you that I wouldn't engage in the NFT market as a consumer. I would only
I
engage
would
it with it as a producer, as a seller.
10,000 depends, but I would buy it. It depends on which Board Monkey Ape Club it
Whoa,
is,
whoa,
but I
whoa,
would
whoa!
buy
Hold on,
it.
hold on.
Oh my
What do you mean
god, bro.
hold on. What do you mean producer, Klaus?
Bruh.
What do
I
you mean by
want to
producer?
I want to sell NFTs. It appeals to me.
So anybody
I
can
mean,
make
I mean,
anybody
I'm
anybody
gonna
can make.
sell D pics as NFTs and see how they go. $1 million. I bet there's a crazy ass
Hold on,
wealthy person willing to buy it.
yo. So anybody can make
Yes.
these.
What? No. Don't you understand? That's like saying I'm a copy paste Bitcoin. That's not how it works. That's
So
not
how do
how
you
it
make
works.
them?
You
Just
mine
briefly.
them on the blockchain. Henry, explain it to him because you know better than
Hold
this
on.
than I
You
do.
mine them. So these NFTs, these monkey pictures, lizard pictures, whatever they are, they already exist, and you gotta find them.
You gotta download Minecraft and you gotta
You gotta mint. Keyword. You got to
get the
create
diamonds,
them,
bro.
then mint them, and put them up in the marketplace so you could sell them. If that's your intention.
Hold on, but they already exist.
You mean how so?
Do they already exist? Like, and you just gotta mine them. I don't get it.
No, I said mint. So so there's this, for instance, there's this website called OpenSeas.io, and this is the marketplace for NFTs. This is like the go-to anything related to NFTs. And on this website, you can create an account, sign on, and upload your whatever creative medium it is, and then mint them. So you pay your fee. I don't
Yo,
know,
beer back.
and go ahead. From there, it's published and it's selling, and you'll get offers, and you'll go from there.
Uh, yo, Klaus, look up
Most
for
art
one of those
galleries in
NFTs,
NYCs
bro.
are run by childless gays. I, I can't comment on that. Tim Asuna. You're on to something I can't comment on because that's actually hilarious.
There you go. You can just right click and save us, and you got your NFTs.
That's
Yeah,
not how it works, bro. I literally just explained it to
I've
you. I literally just explained it to you.
What I mean, what's the difference
I
between the
mean,
one in the
I've
blockchain
look,
and the one on my
look,
desktop? It's the same picture, you know.
I've sold, I've sold some Beta Bored Ape Club NFTs. It's not what you think. It's not like something out of this world. It's just like a marketplace. It's just like eBay. You wake up, you get this offer, you either accept it or decline it, or send a counter offer and go about your day.
I mean, the ape ones are kind of shit, But there are some really nice NFTs though, like visually. Okay, so Wanako, let me explain it to you. Okay, so
Look up eight ball buck tooth. I actually don't because you'll find me. But
Wow.
the Bored Ape buck tooth is owned by yours truly, Henry.
Oh my god, bro. Anyways,
Yeah,
so
buck
look,
tooth, one of the
Wanako,
buck tooth ones.
let me explain it to you this way. Let me explain it to you this way. So this is probably the most expensive Pokemon card out there. It's the holographic Charizard.
No, you gotta look up the base Charizard first edition PSA 10 or Beckett
Base
10. The Beckett 10.
base
The Beckett 10 is the most expensive one.
That makes sense
This one?
because it's like a copy, and there's not gonna be any others. You know.
Yeah, that Beckett 10 is mad expensive, bro.
Okay, there we go. So $55,000. Okay, so
It's probably more
the-
than that, but yeah.
So no, because Guanaco was saying like, oh, I can just right click and save, and I have my image NFT. No, that's the equivalent of saying, let me get a picture of this card and print it out and like print it in cardboard, and there you go. I have a Beckett Charizard, and like, no, that's not how it works.
It's a
Because-
little different with.
It's a little different, bro.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
it's a
can't-
little different, but the
It's a lot
The
of different because you literally have the same image. It's the same thing. Just that one is in the blockchain.
because this is a thing on the blockchain. It's not like a little JPEG that it's a thing on the blockchain. You can verify that it's the original one. And
That's what I'm
since
saying.
people have a more digital mindset nowadays, so they understand that if it's confirmed by the blockchain to be the original Bored Ape, whatever you want to have, it's like, oh, okay, I want that Bored Ape. Can I
So we
buy
can
it
make
off
an
of you?
Hispanista NFT?
Yes! I'm actually thinking of doing that, but I don't want to tell y'all anything because I don't want y'all to steal my idea. And that means that if I release like an NFT, like a based Klaus NFT collection or whatever, then I don't know if you guys would be interested in buying that, but I can do that, and then you can say, oh shit, I have this kind of interesting piece of memorabilia from Klaus because I like him as a content creator or whatever.
They're
and
gonna
I
put it
wanna
under
support.
racist NFTs.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Like we can have a Slayer NFT collection. I don't fucking know. Like that's
We
the
should.
thing. That's the
we
thing.
should. We should.
The world is-
I am.
Put
I
a
am
Tivo
making
one. A Tivo one.
an NFT of what I think you look like, and I'm gonna sell it. I'll give you 10% of the earnings if you want it, but we will be making NFTs of characters that join this panel and this channel, because we don't know what you look like, but we do have your voices, and we will use that against you, or we will make profit off your voice. Audio.
You guys need to understand, like, again, if you're not into the collector mindset, then I understand, because collecting is not for everybody. It's not. And again, I am not, unlike Henry, I would never really buy an NFT. I don't see myself buying an NFT. It would have to be from a content creator that I really, really, really appreciate for me to even buy one. And it would be literally just to have a memory of it, not even as a speculative item or anything like that. And I can't see myself buying an NFT from any content creator because I don't have any digital, like, there's no online personality that I like enough to buy something off them digitally like that. Maybe a signed autograph or something like that, I'm still very physical in that regard. But I understand, again, this is capitalism, right? I understand that I don't have to like the product as a consumer to like the product as a producer. So think of me as the Pablo Escobar of NFTs. Like, I don't really be out here consuming the product. I'm out here trying to produce the product to sell it to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think. Okay, fair enough, Loss. Fair enough. I mean, you did initially mention something about being broke, nigga, but
Who, me?
Nah.
in poverty or in wealth, in sickness or in health, We're here for you, Klaus. I mean, we want you to do well, financially speaking.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, and that's the thing. Like maybe people don't understand where Henry's coming from because like collecting is a bit of a bourgeois sort of activity. The working class doesn't really, except like maybe collecting coins and stamps.
Yeah, I
You
collect
know,
them.
it's
Collect.
funny. I thought it was the opposite for a long time. Like this, like like people's hoarders and those that are into like I don't know, like county fairs in like middle America are like the collector types to me, and I always thought it was them that are like the ones collecting. You know what I mean? You know who I'm referring to,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
type of people I'm referencing. Yeah.
These
Yo,
I don't
niggas
know,
here
Klaus, you're
collecting
onto
gold.
something. I mean, Americans do like to collect weird things. That's the problem too, So there's that. But just again, poverty or in wealth, sickness or in health. There's those that are, they have their own interests and spend money on their own things that they're into.
absolutely. But we're not gonna change this his photo to Ripple. So maybe we want to maybe we might want to segue into cryptocurrency. I don't know if you want to touch on that a little bit, Henry. What's the crypto market been looking like?
Um, yeah, no, we like crypto. We like crypto this year, 2022. Um,
XRP can probably moon. That's all I'm gonna say. You should at least have like 5 coins,
five
and
coins.
it's super cheap right now. It's like $5, so
Wait, what
it's not
coins?
that expensive.
Wait, what coins you just mentioned? Repeat that.
XRP.
Oh, XRP. Okay, yeah, yeah. No, I've had XRP since 2015. I was in
I'm just waiting for that case to be over with and see how it goes from there.
I've been holding one Bitcoin since 2011.
Oh,
so
damn! You have a lot of money then.
yeah, you're not broke. You were agreeing with Klaus that you're broke, but it turns out that you have over like $60,000. You're not telling us about.
I'm just kidding.
That's cat. But anyway, look, inflation is at 7%. Bitcoin is looking good. Ethereum is looking good. I think what is it in March? J Powell is going to raise rates.
Yo,
This is what.
how's interest rates looking? The
Yeah,
housing market.
J Powell is going to raise rates. I think all the institutional investment banks are telling us this is the direction they predict we're going to. And it would make sense. I mean, I don't think we're going to like Volcker type rates where like we're going to raise rates, off rip, 75 beeps. I think we're incrementally going to raise rates up until after the midterms. I think we're going to be raising interest rates. I don't know how far and how many times are we. Goldman Sachs said that we're going to raise rates 4 times over. JP is signaling less. So let's just wait and see. But I would be surprised if Jerome Powell doesn't raise the interest rates because at this time he acknowledges that inflation isn't transitory. It's here to stay unless he does something about it. And I'm confident he'll do something about it.
Henry, you were saying something about day traders. Why do you think day trading is not a good thing?
Why do I think day trading is not a good thing?
Yeah.
Well,
compared to swing trading.
the first question is, are you a day trader trading less than $20,000? And if so, I want to tell you, you're a part of the 99.5% that are wasting their time.
Nah.
Why? Because
Wrong.
of the rule
Wrong.
that only allows you to trade like 3 times a day, right?
That's one rule. But okay. If you're a trader that goes into it with buku money, some experience and expertise, whether it's in finance or family, friends that are not only holding your hand, but also facilitating some of your assets, I think you're good. But if you're going to do day trading full time with less than $50,000 to your name, I think you're kind of reaching. You're kind of like stepping on some
Nah,
stuff.
bro. Nah,
I mean, you can be
depends. What are you day
profitable. You
trading?
just
You
gotta
day
know
trading
how
stocks,
to
that's
read
different.
candle graphs and know when to buy and when to sell. Because even if you start with a small portfolio, like $1,000, and you get like good trades every time, and you start compounding your money.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah. Look,
Small
you,
percentages.
you look. Your chances of being a successful trader are actually pretty high. Um, the question is the output. How much money are you looking to make when you're trading, and if you're a day trader, uh, how many hours are you putting in and getting on out of it, right? So if you're a P&L guy,
Henry,
I think everyone's
it
what
doesn't matter, bro, because the bank
what are you saying?
the bank is never going to give you more than what you're making in a day trade, especially depending on what are you trading. So how much does the bank give you in your savings account?
I don't ask the bank for anything in my savings account.
I'm just saying, bro. The
Well,
majority of us
like
poor,
point
the majority of us broke.
something interest, like interest rates, right? Like they give me like point something of it percent of it for interest and savings. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, my point is you're trying to discourage my boy right here from day trading. Meanwhile, I'm shorting Moderna and I'm making 10%, 15% here and there, every other day. You don't have to day trade every day, but it's good. It's better than swing trading, especially depending on what are you doing. If you're just buying shares, I guess you could do, hold the long run. But if
No,
you
I'm
like
not. I'm
trading
not
options like
saying
me, day trade is where it's at.
the. All right, so that's what I'm saying with day trading. When I'm assuming a day trader, you're working 9 to 5 Monday through Friday every single day when the street is open, and let's be honest, your hands are tied unless you have knowledge and information that sets you apart from other day traders.
Learn the
I.e., if you have
charts.
knowledge and information, you either worked once on the street, you're in Congress, or
Learn the
you
charts,
just have
Pablo.
you have buku money to.
Learn the charts and watch the news. That's all.
Are you a day trader, bro?
Trade big moving stocks. Trade what's hot.
Yeah, I was thinking of starting with OTC stocks.
With what?
OTC?
I already told you if you want a day trade to hit me up, but I don't think you're serious. So when you're ready, let me know. I'll put you on.
Oh,
I mean, the
shots
thing is,
fired.
what are you? Are you like in a group chat where they tell you when to buy and where to sell?
No,
Or
bro, I'm telling you, you're gonna be taught how to day trade.
so it's a course. It's like a online course.
Nah, bro, it's a one-on-one course where we'll be on Zoom and I wouldn't be teaching you, but my boy would.
All right, I'll think about it.
And then I'll get you out of there wherever you're at. Wyoming, Idaho, wherever you're at.
What's the how much is the course? What does the
Bro, I
course
already told you.
entail?
I don't know why you asking. I already told
No, for
you.
the viewers, like for those that are interested, that want to reach out to you. I mean, if you
Unfor-
could inform them and how they can reach out to you.
Unfortunately, it's only for select
Oh, it's
people.
private.
You
Okay,
know what I
cool.
mean? I can't give out information like that.
Copy.
It's only
No,
for my name.
if bet. I was just asking if anyone that we can confide and is
You think I
interested in
want
it.
Slayer knowing my shit? Fuck that nigga.
Well, I don't think Slayer's listening right now.
Or those other fools. Those other little beaners.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Either way,
I mean, something I noticed about trading is that they only trade it the most when the market opens and when it closes.
facts,
So
Papa. Because why? Because that's when the market moves. That's when the market moves the most at the
Yes.
beginning and at the end. So you take advantage the first 30 minutes, 15. Look, you didn't. You could trade like you could do a day trade in 1 minute, 2 minutes, and you're out, bro. Get whatever you can and get out. Don't be greedy. Just get out.
do you use Think or Swim, or what do you use for
Think Swim and Robinhood.
Thinkorswim,
Robinhood?
Tastyworks,
Ah, come on, Robinhood sucks,
and
bro.
It's all
TD.
right though. I like the simplicity of it, bro.
But I use TD.
They sold out, bro.
TD.
They sold out.
They did,
Yeah.
but the simplicity is nice. TOS.
Try using Webull, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. TOS is a little. Sometimes it gets a little complicated for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. But then again, I'm not making moves here and there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You know, like it's just like once a day, and I'm fine like that, bro. Until it starts growing. You know what I mean? You don't want to get crazy. You don't want to get greedy. So yeah. But let me know, bro, when you're trying to trade with the big boys. Not no OTC, none of that. You know what I mean? Some options.
Yo, none of that Cash App,
Oh, so that's
GMC,
what. So
ten
you don't trade
dollars stocks
stocks, you trade
trade, right?
options. That makes sense. You
Yeah,
can
you can
double
make.
your money buying options.
Yeah, you can also lose it, and feel like you want to jump off a bridge. But yeah,
How long are your contracts, bro? Are they like week-long contracts or on the day?
well, usually it's weekly. You buy like the Friday. You want to get out before that because theta fucks you up. The closer you get to expiration, the harder, the worse it is for your contract. So if you're down 50%, in order to make back that 50% that you're out of, you got to make back 100% to be able to recuperate that 50% that you lost. So you want to get in and out the same day. You want to buy same day
Yeah.
contracts, very risky. It's also extremely what's that word?
Yeah.
Extremely,
You don't want your
Wait, what are they?
Greeks.
yeah,
Volatile.
Basically,
extremely
what you're
volatile.
saying is, yeah, your
This
Greeks are
is
getting
not
smoked.
financial advice.
So your Greeks are getting smoked. Basically, what Lomo just said, right? You know, you want to make 100 as opposed to 50 because now you got to make double after declining in what you bought, the
Yeah,
contract
like
you
like I
bought,
was saying.
and the closer it reaches the expiry date, the less it is valued, and it is crucial that you buy it off rip so you're able to sell it. Like for instance, yesterday, Friday. Okay, look, if you're holding option contracts Monday, Martin Luther King Day, when the market is off, you're an idiot. You're stupid. You're a dumbass. Nobody's doing that. Whether you're a day trader or you're working along the street, everyone is taking their Mondays off. This Monday specifically, because it's Martin Luther King Day.
Market is closed anyway.
I don't know any traders holding any contracts from market close to Tuesday morning. That's absurd. That's stupid. That doesn't exist.
Because you don't know what's gonna happen. It's just like when you swing at all. You don't know if you're holding a contract for Tesla, whether you're holding a put or a call. All right, let's say you're holding a call, and
Sure.
all right, market closes 8 p.m. Eastern time, Pacific time, whatever. No, probably Eastern time. 8 p.m. comes through, and let's say the main factory blows up, right? The main factory just blew up. When the market opens, that shit's gonna be down, bro, and you're gonna be screwed. So you don't know what's going on after the market closes. That's why you don't want to swing. You don't want to hold on to anything, especially over the weekend. And don't even get me started like a long weekend like right now that we're having, because the market's closed on Monday. Like Henry was saying, like you don't know what's gonna happen. But like I was trying to tell you before, you make a quick trade, you get your 10, 15%, get out, bro, and that's it. And you just repeat the
You're
process.
looking for pocket change. You're looking for pocket change.
Listen,
Uh,
bro, it adds up. It adds up.
it
So
adds up
when it
exactly.
adds up and you
Because
get a
look,
higher
at the end of
amount,
the day, you make that pocket change. You want to tip your waiter or your server,
yeah,
and
but Papo, listen, as your account grows, now you can take bigger positions. So if you're buying $40, $100, $200 contracts and your account is building, now your account is built. Now you can buy 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, $10,000 contracts. Why? Because your account build itself up little by little. And then you continue with the same process. You take 10, 15%, 5%, and you repeat the process. Don't get greedy. I got greedy. My brother got greedy. Bro, my brother burned himself. I burned myself following my brother because we were swinging. My brother was swinging Tesla contracts, and he fucked himself up, bro. He fucked himself up. But yeah, do it like that, and you'll be good.
Yo, but how's that with the taxes though? That sounds like a nightmare when it's tax season.
I mean, you can look at it both ways, bro. Well, you can look at it this way. It's not money that you sweat it for. You get what I'm saying? This is money that you can make the first 30 minutes of the day, of the market, or 10, 15 minutes, you know what I mean? And then you're out, you go about your day. I've made money sitting on the toilet. So it's not money that you're sweating your ass off. Now, obviously, once you build your account and you're in the 20s, 30s, 40s, or whatever, and you're actually making money out of this, then you can consider opening up an LLC. You can consider opening up something, and then you're able to write off stuff like your internet, your phone bill, etc. And then I'm not too sure about S corp. I don't know how that would work if you could treat it as an S corp. Then instead of paying the 15%, you can pay 10%. But I'm not too sure about the S corp. But I know you could definitely open up an LLC and do it that way.
Although now that you mentioned swing trading, obviously that's not very feasible with stocks. But I do know there's a lot of swing trading with crypto, and I do know a little bit about that. Very little, so don't quote me on this at all. Also, by the way, just a quick like a PS. I just found this photo very funny. It's like one of the more subversive photos of the year, and we're already starting, and it's already gotten this crazy. But anyways, so for swing trading cryptos, it's just some postmodern stuff. I guess I might talk about that later in NSL. But anyways, the advantage of swinging crypto is that you don't have a timetable like you do, or a schedule like you have with stocks, because obviously, as El Raton just stated, there's an opening time, there's a closing time for stocks. Not with crypto. Crypto, it's 24/7. You can swing trade anytime you want. And ideally, you might want to start swinging with shit coins, especially ones that are just released. And ideally, you want to do this by... Wait, hold up. Let me see. Ideally, you're going to want to do this either on coins that have been just launched and advertised either on Reddit or 4chan. I personally know more about 4chan, so that's kind of what I'm more comfortable recommending. So obviously, here's the Business and Finance Board, otherwise known as BIZ.
Bro, what are you... Do you see that picture right there on the left with the red?
What, this one? Oh, Avax, yeah.
Anyways, next to the frog.
Which one? Oh, this one. Oh.
Above the K.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's 4chan being 4chan, And so the way this works, the way swing trading crypto works, is that you want to be able to kind of intuitively understand what coins have just been released. It's difficult. I can't really teach you guys that. It's something that you're going to have to learn as you browse Biz more and more. And you're going to have to see, and usually the people shilling their coins are going to show you a chart, their coins chart, and they're going to see, okay, I literally just launched this coin. and you want to get on the ground floor when it comes to shit coins, because these things always have like a massive rally and then they dump, almost always. That's why they're called shit coins, because they're not really worth shit. They're worth whatever they're worth at the beginning when people are kind of hyped up. They're rallying up the coin,
Henry, they're
and
like
when
they're like pump and dumps.
yeah, they're pretty, yeah, exactly. They're pumping dumps, right? And so what you do is that you buy a decent amount of them, maybe $100, $200 worth. You watch that chart very close. Now this could take the whole day. It depends on when they decide to pump this coin, because they can be on American time zones, they can be on a European time zone, they can be on an Indian time zone. You have these Pajit coins and whatnot, and so you're just gonna have to, again, intuit this out. It's just a skill you acquire by browsing biz long enough. And once you see that you're at the ground floor, you buy $100 to $200 worth. Next thing you know, you're doubling your money. That's a 2x, or maybe you even multiply your earnings by 10. That's a 10x. It has happened. It does happen. Usually you'd have a 3x or a 5x on a good day. And I mean, if you're on a really good day, a 10x, that is literally, you got $2,000 now from your initial investment of 200. Obviously, all things considered, if you bought it from the Ethereum network, there's going to be some gas fees, or if you bought it on any other network, there's going to be some gas fees involved in that. So, just take that into account. If you don't know gas fees and all that, just look up any YouTube video, how to buy ERC20 tokens on MetaMask. And let me just share a screen. Any of these videos will do, just learn how to buy ERC20 tokens on MetaMask, and that's how you can start buying shit coins. That's kind of like the easy version. There's several different trading websites like PancakeSwap, SushiSwap. What's the one I used to use?
Crypto.com. That's a good one.
Which one?
Binance, Crypto.com.
No, but I'm talking about DeFi right now. Yeah, we'll definitely centralized exchanges. That one is good. Crypto.com. Those are centralized exchanges. So it's literally just like a currency exchange, but for crypto. You have a main institution doing all the trading and stuff like that. But with decentralized finance, that's it's kind of like an open market, really. No one really owns PancakeSwap or SushiSwap in the traditional sense of, someone who owns Crypto.com, that type of thing.
Gotcha.
So that's how you can start trading shit coins, and it really is a bit of gambling and a bit of speculating and a bit of day trading even. And I've earned decently. I've also gotten a little burned, not too much. 20% losses, and then I just cut it right after that. I don't go any lower than 20% loss, and it's a bit more stressful than stocks because shit coins, they can pump in a minute and dump literally the next minute. So you really have to be looking at the chart constantly and ready to sell, like when you're on the swap and on the sushi swap or whatever. For like fucking Uniswap. Let me see if I can go to Uniswap. Hopefully I won't.
I'll be right back.
All right, cool.
Yo,
Where
Klaus,
is
you
that?
gotta join my team, bro. You gotta join my team.
Bro, I'm literally too broke right now for that shit. I will eventually though. But anyways, guys, so this is the one that I usually use. Don't worry, my wallet's not connected or anything. So here, like, you can swap Ethereum for literally any coin you can think of. This is just one of the many blockchains that are available for you to swap in. There's also pooling where you can put your money in a pool and it'll usually give you returns, kind of like I don't know what it's called, but it's just like it's a little bit like a savings account in a way. It's kind of like a bank almost. You kind of put your money in there and they'll give you some, obviously you put crypto, you get crypto back, that type of thing. And then what other one did they have? Let me see. The Binance Smart Chain. There we go. Binance Smart Chain Swap. Let me see. All right, so let me see. Trade. Okay, so the one that I showed you guys, Uniswap, that uses the Ethereum main network. But make sure that you understand that some exchanges use a different network. Like PancakeSwap, which, if I'm not mistaken, uses the Binance Smart Chain network. Let me see if I'm correct with that, because I actually got, I was trying to buy, what was I trying to buy? I was trying to buy Boonk coin off of because Biz was shilling it, and I didn't understand that Boonk coin was not on the Ethereum mainnet, but it was on the Binance net. I'm assuming because it's a little cheaper to exchange the coins on Binance, and so I ended up doing I ended up losing like $150 because I didn't know what I was doing, right? So just understand what you guys are doing, and let me see if I'm not mistaken. Is this? Hold up, Okay, wait. Let me check. Yeah, so apparently this is this is your Pancake Swap, cheaper and faster than Uniswap. Discover Pancake Swap, the leading DEX on Binance Smart Chain with the best farms in DeFi and a lottery for cake. So DEX is decentralized exchange as opposed to a CEX, which is a centralized exchange. That's that's Binance, that's Crypto.com, that's your usual mainstream established exchanges. This is more decentralized. You can buy literally any coin on this exchange as long as you have the contract number for that coin. That's about as rough an intro that I can give you guys on shit coins and swing trading with crypto. But obviously, I would recommend you do your own research. And again, to all the government people, this is not financial advice. I'm just telling people what I do, right? If you guys want more info, it'd be better off you just looking up on YouTube. What's up?
You know what we think about the government? Stick it with the sun don't shine.
Hey, I'm a immigrant. Well, technically, I'm not even an immigrant, so I'm here on the good graces of the U.S. federal government. I'm not trying to disturb the peace or nothing. I'm not trying to break no rules.
Follow me and Klaus on Twitter.
And it looks like Henry has left the building. I'm not sure why. Not sure if it's technical difficulties or he had to leave. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But yeah, guys, so for me, I like crypto more because it's 24/7. There's no opening times, no closing times. It appeals more to me as a demographic. I feel like stocks are a bit... That's kind of like for boomers, really. You know what I'm saying?
For me, options tradings, bro. That's where it's at.
Yeah, trade equities and buy crypto and precious metals.
And precious metals. Options. Absolutely precious metals. Because a lot of people think that I hate precious metals because I don't talk about them. It's just like, I don't know much about precious metals. I'm not really in that world. I'm definitely down to buy some gold. I don't have the money for that, bro. I'm kind of broke right now. But I'm thinking.
Gold, silver, copper. Those are like your entry points into precious metals. For those that are interested,
facts.
That's where you start and scale on from there. Start with gold, then silver, then copper. And if those that are listening do find them,
comment it on the video, and you'll get a response from me on your stupid gold, silver and copper tickets. Oh, I bought
Yo,
Chilean copper. This is what
to
I
the
got.
to the listeners though that have time, to the listeners that have time, just you go to the bank, and just exchange your money for coin, rolls of, rolls of coin, and just look for the silver quarters. I used to do that back in the day. I don't do that anymore, but you can do that. You'll definitely find some silver coins like that.
Oh, so true.
What I missed?
Oh,
Hello?
you missed a lot. You missed quite a bit, bro. I was doing like a little mini class on shitcoin swing trading and day trading, really, because I don't really do swing and day trading on stocks. I usually do that on crypto, which is riskier, but it's 24/7, and it appeals to me more. It's more quote unquote fun to me, at
I,
least.
I mean, the Forex market is kind of the same. Yeah, I think the Forex is open 24/7.
But it's not as fun. I feel like, and I was talking about I was talking to Henry about this in the background before we went live. I feel like Forest is such a black people thing. Like
Yes.
every single forex person that I know on Instagram is black for whatever reason. I don't know why that is, but
Because they're on that I'm Academy system, which is like a pyramid scheme. I'm not a fan of that shit.
oh, is
But
that
it's
what
not
that's
it's,
about?
it's not a pyramid scheme. It's kind of like the
It's
stock
a
market.
pyramid scheme, bro,
Or,
because
or it's,
listen,
it's
all right, listen. It's a pyramid scheme if you join the program, if you want to recruit, if you want to have people join. It's a pyramid scheme in that sense. You can make money out of it. You can just they teach you how to trade, but they also have the pyramid scheme itself where you become a certain you get titles, just like Amway and all these other things. You get titles by having so and such people under you. So it is a pyramid scheme in that sense. I'm not a fan of I'm Academy. It's a scam.
oh yeah, but you can trade normally. You just gotta know you just
Yeah,
gotta.
but you could if you're gonna do that, you might as well go somewhere else and learn.
You guys have tried that before, Henry, Klaus?
Yo, sorry.
Have you ever tried Forex?
No, no, not really.
No, never.
It seemed
I don't trade currencies. Uh,
it seems a lot of work for me. It seems like you have to like really know what currencies you should get into, and the fucking the Kenyan whatever is trending hot, so I have to like get into it and like it's a bit too hard for me. It's even harder for me than stocks. I don't know. It personally doesn't appeal to me.
All right, all right.
Although not, I mean, shit. Because here's the thing, like, how does that even work though? Like, so, because I know that it's basically like the stocks but with money, right? And so you have to check which currencies are deflating, and that's like a good thing as compared to the coin you have. I don't really know how that works, honestly.
I mean, I'm also pretty new on that. That's why I was asking. I was wondering if any of you guys did that, but
Es
since like
basura, basura.
And
so
I
do you
mean,
guys
sorry.
go ahead?
No. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say, do you guys think crypto would still continue to boom, or is it already like it's gonna stay on 40,000 range?
It's old news. Periódico de ayer.
Yeah, kind of, but I mean, you're right, but you're wrong. Because we haven't really seen the full potential of Bitcoin and crypto in general. And for whatever reason that I can't fully explain, we hit a bit of a break on Bitcoin, and not just a break, a deceleration, and maybe even a reversal, because Bitcoin kind of crashed. I don't want to call it a crash. I want to call it a discount on Bitcoin, because I think that Bitcoin 1 million is gonna happen. It is gonna be a reality. Um, but I feel like the all the energy and all the wind that the blockchain had was kind of shifted towards NFTs, and a lot of people started focusing on that market more to kind of chase the quick buck of this hot new trend of the apes and the whatevers. But I think crypto is just kind of having a cool down period, especially Bitcoin. Let's just talk about Bitcoin. Let's forget anything else, just Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is having a cooling period because you guys have to understand Bitcoin went crazy these last 2 years, and I'm still kicking myself really hard for not having bought Bitcoin when it crashed. And I think it was like April 2020, because we were in like almost peak pandemic. Everyone was panic selling. Bitcoin crashed all the way down to 3,000. It stayed at an average for about 4,500 for a couple of days, and I thought to myself, man, I should buy some. I bought like 100 to 200 bucks, but I should have told my dad about it. And just like, yo, dad, like, you should buy at least one Bitcoin, because this is gonna be like crazy worth in a couple of years, and it was. So we went in 2 years. Just 2 mere years. We went from Bitcoin crashing to 3,500, 4,000, to reaching its highest price ever. And obviously that can't go on forever. So Bitcoin needs a bit of a cooling period. Who made their wealth, who felt comfortable at selling at 50,000 or 60,000, they sold, they kept selling. The price is gonna go down a little bit lower, obviously. But that doesn't mean crypto is over. In fact, I just keep telling people this over and over again. Crypto hasn't even begun. It's 10 years, it's a little over 10 years old, and it's still not even begun.
Yeah, if you buy today after this podcast or stream or whatever, you're still an early adopter. We're like pretty much it's unpredictable what we're gonna see this year in the
You're a
crypto market.
stupid early adopter. We are babies.
Definitely are a stupid early adopter. That's a fact. We know this for a fact.
I don't mean stupid as in you're stupid, but like, how I say, like, oh, she's stupid thick. Like, that's how early we are. We're stupid early, like insanely early.
It's a fluke.
If you think it's a fluke, it's a fluke. But that's your thoughts, my friend.
Let's buy a resort. How about we buy a resort? Fuck it. And we just make money off these white people.
What, in the metaverse?
What? No, bro. In Punta Cana or in Cartagena, I don't know.
Bro, white people are down to buy some virtual real estate. I'm just saying, though. No, but for real, guys. Sorry, I was lemonade out here. I was a little thirsty.
Yo,
okay.
I'll be having the nice spots, bro, for vacation. I'd be seeing some of those resorts. They're nice.
They are. Central America is very underrated. Also, all the crime,
Yeah, but I think you're safe if you go into one of those tourist areas, though. Just like in Mexico.
I don't know about Central America, so I couldn't tell you about it. But so about the Bitcoin thing, guys, and just anyone out here listening, we haven't even reached 5% of crypto's full capabilities. There are still many markets that are either not aware of crypto, not fully aware of what it does and what it can do, or markets where the infrastructure is simply not there to support it, even if the people are aware of it. Bitcoin is still very old technology. It's, they try to update it all the time with things like the Lightning protocol or whatever to make payments in Bitcoin faster, so that it's used not just as digital gold but also as a form of payment, because a lot of people use Bitcoin like that, including myself. I've told people that Bitcoin is my savings account. Bitcoin is my 401k. Cancun and Metaverse. I mean, hey, some white people are down to buy Cancun in the Metaverse. Maybe y'all want to get into it, ground floor type of shit. I mean, now that El Salvi is here, he can tell us all about, the first country that ever adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. That happened just last year. So it took Bitcoin a little over 10 years to be formally adopted by a state as legal tender. Back when Bitcoin was reaching all-time highs. So just imagine how early we are. We are basically in the 1920s or late 1910s of aviation as an equivalent, And just think of how the world changed after even after the First World War. The mail became much faster once planes became more reliable. After the Second World War, just look at post-war commercial aviation, how it fundamentally altered the face of tourism. Just look at the history of Pan Am. Just look up Pan Am and how post-war aviation completely changed tourism. Guys, we have at least, I don't know what's been going on over there. Maybe Henry can tell me more about it. Mm-hmm. The mayor of Miami, he's down to pay his employees in Bitcoin.
Yeah. Francis Suarez is looking to pay Dade County employees in Bitcoin. I mean, they want that option. Let's see how much he's able to give them. Very early, but he's definitely onto something. I mean, he's recruiting people from Silicon Valley and New York City to move down to Miami. And it's an interesting time. I mean, I think Miami faces other challenges aside from cryptocurrency and how they're going to implement that. The city of Miami itself is a service-oriented city. It's not a professionally oriented city. So they do have some challenges in Miami. I'll say that. That the mayor has to figure out. Like, if you graduate from a University of Miami, whether it's UM or FIU, I want to say 4 out of the 5 times you're most likely not going to stay. 4 out of 5 times you're not going to stay there. You're going to relocate unless you're from Miami.
Yeah, absolutely. Miami has a lot of challenges going forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very optimistic though, because look, I am a Florida shill. I just love Florida for whatever reason. Maybe
sorry to hear that.
Maybe it's the Colombian in me. I don't know.
I'm a New York shill, but for quite different.
Yeah, because you're Dominican, bro. Like we all understand that. Like, because the American dream for the Colombian is to live in Miami. That's literally in all the novelas, all the movies.
I thought it was Jackson Heights, Queens, because that's their biggest enclave in New York outside of Columbia. It's in New York City. It's not Miami.
No, that's.
I mean, perhaps, Klaus, you're onto something. There's a different crowd of Colombians moving to Miami, and there's a general crowd of Colombians moving to New York.
What about the Colombians in New Jersey?
Jackson Heights is where the niggas who try to go to Miami failed, and they have to go to like Jackson Heights. And New Jersey is what happens to
I'm
the niggas who failed even there.
I'm greatly offended by that statement. As a New Yorker, Klaus, can you please take that back?
No, I mean, there's things about New York that I like. You know, it's you can walk in New York, and I like walking,
Sure.
so I'll
Yeah.
give you guys that. But guys, no, for real though. Joking aside, like you guys don't even understand. You guys don't even fathom how early we are. Most of Colombia does not know a damn thing about cryptocurrencies, and I've tried explaining it to them. Some people listened. Some people kept their money safe because the peso is inflating, right? And I told them, buy dollars in the short term. But you gotta start getting some gold and some crypto in the mid to long term because this is what's gonna happen. A lot of people didn't want to believe me or didn't want to listen to me or couldn't understand me, but a couple of them did. So now think of all the crypto markets that are yet to be exploited. Look at Latin America. Look at Africa. Certain parts of Asia. Obviously, Asia is a little more on the forefront. Understandably so. But not all of it. There are still many parts around the world that have not yet fully grasped the power of Bitcoin. And that's the thing. It's like we are not even at the toddler level. We're still at the baby level. We are not even yet. I mean, again, I have to reiterate this. It took a little over 10 years for a government to formally acknowledge Bitcoin as legal tender. Because there were a lot of doubts. There was a lot of FUD basically about what this whole Bitcoin thing was. You know, people didn't really understand it at first, but when they started understanding a little bit more, getting a bit more into it and understanding why it exists, it basically exists to be real money, to go back to the original reasons as to why money even existed. You know, the Bukele government understood this because he's a young guy. He's got fresh ideas. And he went and made a bit of a gamble, and it's been working well for him, as far as I know. And so if the president of El Salvador, who is one of the better presidents in the world right now, can understand the potential of Bitcoin, why can't you guys? And again, I'm not shitting on other forms of wealth accumulation and wealth safekeeping like gold. I'm in favor of gold. I'm in favor of silver. I'm in favor of real estate. Obviously, get some real estate. You know what they say, what the guy from The Sopranos says, you know, buy real estate because God ain't making any more of it. But I'm just letting you guys know this is the new frontier. And we haven't even scratched the surface yet. Damn, did I leave y'all speechless or what? Hello? Hello?
Sorry, I'm playing Call of Duty.
Bruh, this. Which one?
The old one, Modern Warfare. I'm playing Warzone.
Oh, okay, nice.
My bad. My phone died, but we're still here. We're still live. We're all not Call of Duty players, so we're listening.
I should be working right now, but it's like raining. I don't like working in the rain. Plus, I haven't gotten a call. If I get a call, then I'll go out, you know?
Yeah. I'll pray you get a call.
Any of you
I'm on
guys
profess.
have gotten COVID yet, or?
Hey, we're not talking
Yes.
about that right now because we're not trying to get our shit taken down.
All right.
Honestly, I should. Honestly, I should make a patronistas on the whole COVID thing because, well, I don't know if you guys remember him, but Richie Zuluaga from the election special that I made,
Yeah.
he's the.
Smart guy.
So yeah, he's but obviously he's super like he's pro-vax and shit like that. You know how these left-leaning liberals are and that type of thing. So I really wanted to have a debate with him on the whole issue of vaccines and shit like that because it was kind of funny because he posted this rant about this Mexican guy on TV like shitting on anti-vax people and whatever. And then I just replied to him with a video that was about some Pfizer trials that didn't really go very well, and Pfizer tried to hide it, or I think it was AstraZeneca. I don't remember. And then he literally DM'd me, and it's like, "Yo, I didn't know you were anti-vax, bro. Like, what's up with that shit?" Now I just like, well, I mean, I'm not like, cause anti-vax is a term that doesn't really mean anything nowadays. Cause I'm not against.
What does
people
anti-vax resonate with anti-mandate? Are you anti-vax or anti-mandate? Is usually the initial question I would ask, right?
Well, I guess I'm a little bit of
I'm completely
both, I guess.
anti-vax.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, for legal reasons, I do have to say that I'm fully vaccinated. So, I'm just putting that out there. But I'm not against people taking the vaccine. I'm just against the vaccine mandates because I personally feel that due to my age range, due to my activity level, due to my diet, I don't feel particularly at risk of COVID. And I have had COVID before, and it was kind of bad. I didn't enjoy it, but it really was just like a flu, but with fucked up lungs. Now, thankfully, that wasn't a permanent fucking up of the lungs. I went to I did a pulmonography or however you call that shit, and like lung function was perfect. So
Yeah, I got to do that because it turns out I'm in a big trouble with what's going on with my lungs. So keep me in your prayers because apparently, according to my specialist, he thinks my lungs are fucked up right now.
I will keep you in your prayers. Well, I mean, Henry, I don't want to sound like your mom, but you do smoke and you do vape, so
Yeah. That's what we're assuming. We do think that the bubbles in my lungs are from vaping, not from COVID. And if they are from vaping, I'm gonna quit vaping. If they are from smoking, it's gonna be a challenge. But I know you guys will keep me in my prayers so I can quit smoking because I've been smoking for a number of years. I'll say 10 years because I started chewing tobacco when I was 14. So quitting a smoking habit would have been easy for me now. Well, it would be easy with willpower and with God's grace, right? But it is challenging because yeah, I've been smoking since I was 14 years old. I'm now 25, so I've been smoking for quite some time now.
yeah, that'll do a number on your lungs, bro.
Hmm.
And I mean, look, I'm
And
not.
unfortunately, I mean, I started smoking at a really young age in the United States because I was raised from a parent who smoked growing up. I mean, my dad was smoking since he was 10, my grandfather since he was 10. So that's just what they knew growing up. I'm more cautious because I'm like, oh man, look at my teeth. It's going to get fucked up if I keep smoking cigarettes. Um, and I think that's one of my primary motivators to quit smoking is actually because of the well-being of my teeth. I spend a lot of money on them to make them look good, and it's a shame that I have to tell people that they're yellowed again because I'm smoking cigarettes when in reality I paid buku money to get them bleached. So yeah, let's keep Henry's smoking addictions and one of you guys' prayers because Henry is young, tall, and handsome, and he shouldn't be smoking. So if you guys listening, keep me in your prayers because I do want to quit smoking nicotine.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. And look, I can't judge you too harshly because last year I kind of developed a bit of a vaping addiction. I'm not gonna lie, nicotine is very good for your productivity. You know, finals week comes up, or midterms comes up, and man, you start hitting that vape harder than usual, and that does help you focus. Like that nicotine rush. You get a 5% Nick salt with a good wide opening. Gets you like a very
Oh, you're good.
big
Oh
puffs.
man, been there, done that. Especially during finals week, man.
I used to go through
I mean, look. I mean,
two.
the option is this: like, it's finals week, Adderall or nicotine. Nicotine is a safer option. If you gotta break night during finals week or during Hell's week, which is the week before finals week, to prepare for your finals, nicotine over Adderall. If you're stuck at your library at 2 a.m. during Hell's week, just go outside with the first Asian you see at the library and smoke a cigarette with him, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth taking stimulants to break night and cram for an exam, especially during undergrad. It's not worth it. So that's what I'll say. Now, I'm speaking from a social science, humanities, business, undergrad major, like from experience. Now, if you're like in engineering, physics, or in that field, you're in the library at 2 a.m., don't take my advice. Figure it out yourself. You're smarter than me. This is a fact. You are smarter than me. Klaus, you're smarter than me.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, just intelligence is very wide. I mean, you're good at making money. I'm still got to learn about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it depends, bro. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah, but Klaus, I'm also good at making money and paying my taxes. One of these things shouldn't be like the other. If I'm successful at what I do.
I don't know what you're trying to say, bro. um,
Fucking paying. You guys know what a 32% effective tax rate is in the city of New York? I'm paying taxes out of my ass. That's all I'm going to say. I heard apparently if I move to, if I get my state driver's license, my home residence in Jersey or Connecticut, I'll probably save like $5,000 on my taxes this year. But I'm fucked. I'm paying out the ass for like a 30-something plus effective tax rate here in New York.
Damn.
I told you, get out of there, bro.
No, the irony is like, I mean, okay, here's this, Klaus, because you're not a New Yorker. Would you take a guess of what is the entrance income for middle class in New York City? Would you want to take a guess?
The average income for a middle class person?
Like the entrance middle class income in New York City. Would you want to take a guess?
Middle class income. I'd say 55K.
Let's say 110,000. If you're 110,000 with children in New York City, you just broke lower middle class.
Holy shit.
If you're 95 working at a union and your kids go to public school, you're working class. If you're like a sanitation worker in New York City making $6K, you're a single dad making a kid, paying for your kids, you're working class. You're like on the brink of being broke, even after 95,000 a year. This is what the city qualifies as lower middle class. I'm just making that clear.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, and the only reason I know this is because I was at a bar this weekend and I was talking to uh a public school teacher who makes six figures, and she identified as a member of the working class. So I'm like, so it's like, yeah, no, you heard it here first.
So
A
what
school
is
teacher in New York City
so
making $98,000 a year is a member of the working class, technically speaking.
I mean, I can't doubt it. Shit. So what is 250K median middle class?
250K is middle class
Yeah,
in
median.
New York City proper.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
of course.
whether you live like on the Upper West Side or I guess West Harlem or the Bronx, if you make 50K within these five boroughs, I would consider you. I mean, what is it? Anywhere from 50 to 95K, you're like a member of the working class here in this city, at least.
That is so crazy. But okay, like other than taxes, I'm sure there's a way to like the taxes and rent because I feel like that's what eats you up the most of your
Rent,
yeah.
yeah, rent,
Or
yeah,
just
rent,
rate.
rent for me is a doozy.
They just rape you with the rent. But
Yeah, because
other than that,
I'm paying over 2,100 for my apartment here in the city.
Jesus, I'm only paying 800. Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god!
And my friend was like, "Oh, well, you can take 2,100 in Pennsylvania and buy yourself a mansion." I'm like, "Who the fuck is gonna pay me over? You know, well, look, the assumption is that 30% of your income is rent or mortgage, but who the fuck is gonna pay me at least a 6K salary to live in Pennsylvania? I mean, not even in Philadelphia, unless I was a senior banker. Let's be honest. So it's like, yeah, I'm like, I've internalized like absurd prices of like the world in my head of what the world lives on, and when I leave New York City, it turns out that I'm doing better than 90% of America.
Nah, literally, bro. That's so crazy. I mean, look at stand up. He says, "LOL, I paid 450 for rent in South Carolina."
I wish, man. I wish. Hey, the stand the cheapest I got this year for a one bedroom was 1,800, but I gotta go to the Bronx, and I'm not going to the Bronx, my friend.
Damn.
So like, yeah, if you're looking for a market rate apartment, um, yeah, it's gonna be really tough to find anything in the city for less than 1,400. This is just like fact.
Is there literally no way to like? I understand that these big cities have a
Well,
problem with
okay,
new
so
housing units,
we
but is there?
have so with the units we have this thing called um what is it? Like market based income or like rent control, which is basically if you make a certain amount of income, prove it to your what is it, super landlord, whatever it is, that you make this money and that this year you made that much amount of money within the threshold of your income restriction. Um, the city has to keep you in that. Well, the landlord or the super has to keep you in that building because you didn't break any laws. You're within your income restriction. The question is, or rather, the problem lies every year or two when the city has to renew rent control. And the debate is this: I live in the same building as my neighbor. I pay $4,000 a month for, let's say, 500 square feet. My neighbor pays $400 a month. You guys got to do something about kicking my neighbors out because at this point I'm subsidizing him, and if you guys don't, then I'm gonna protest to the city. So like we're hearing a lot of that here in New York about like what to do with foreign control, NIMBY, YIMBY. So that's yes in my backyard or no in my backyard. And how do we go about this from here? Because it's the biggest problem we face here in the city. It is the price of living here. It's the cost of living.
I'm telling you, bro. Y'all just gotta make more apartment blocks, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
thing that's killing y'all niggas.
Well,
Like y'all just
in some neighborhoods,
refuse.
that's denied. So if you go to historically, quote unquote, black neighborhoods or even Hispanic neighborhoods, these neighborhoods have filed a permit with the city that they're historically reserved. They're historical districts. Harlem is a historical district for black people. Until the New York Times writes an article that upper class black people moving into the city are displacing lower class black people. Then that's when the argument changes, right? Now we got to make it about something else. Gentrification isn't only now race or class. It has to be something else to it. That's when the conversation changes here. And I am a YIMBY. I am a yes in my backyard person. Like I've been filmed at video in my local government bitching about this day in and day out about building more housing if we want to talk about affordable housing. I mean, it's just absurd that the city of New York, both de Blasio had in place that the policy was that Bloomberg said, okay, only 5 to 10% goes to low income. De Blasio comes in and he's like, 20% of that building has to go to low income people. Now we're like, this is absurd. I mean, it sounds like it's time to go, Henry. Okay. Point is this. New York City is expensive because the bureaucracy wants it to be expensive. My point is the examples I've gave recently. If you're living on market control rent, or you're abusing the government in the sense that you're lying to renew your lease in the city, and you have neighbors paying 600% what you're paying. You're being really abusive, and I want to tell that to any New Yorker, black, white, or Hispanic listening that I'm going after you, not de Blasio, but me myself, Bloomberg, and a few members of the tribe, because we've had it with you here.
I know a
people of
liberal
the
guy,
city.
bro. I know a Democrat who he's on disability. Gets paid off the books. Lives on Section 8. His wife is on Section 8. They're not technically married, legally married, because they're trying to take advantage of this. So they both got Section 8 homes. They live in one. They rent out the other one. So yeah, just look at that crap. But the reason why our cities are messed up in New York and why rent's so high is because liberal, democratic mismanagement. And we all know that. So
Hey yo, there's Arsenius. It says part of the solution for NYC in terms of building more housing is building apartments in the inner ring of suburbs, such as Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, Yonkers. But isn't that kind of far away though? Isn't that like you're already like out there in the boonies type shit?
So the commenter is
that
actually completely wrong. I mean, what do you mean build more out there? I mean, who are you to tell them that they should build more? If they refuse to build more, then so be it.
gentrifying.
Like their community made a choice. And the places you mentioned, none of them are New York City. Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, and Yonkers are in Westchester County. These are places outside of New York City. So Arsenius Capel something. What are you talking about? You're talking cap.
No. But that's what I'm saying though. That's why I asked. Like, isn't that already like out in the boonies? Because like that's the thing about urban sprawl. Like, obviously, Long Island wasn't part of New York initially,
No,
but then it just became part of New York, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
or
nor did that ever happen. No. What do you mean?
I don't, bruh. You know what I mean, bruh. Like, there was
Well,
like
look, a lot of
Manhattan,
people that
like there
work
was
in New York
Manhattan.
live in Nassau and live in Nassau County. They live in Long Island. Uh, but that's due because of affordability and quality of schools, and for the most part, if they commute from Long Island into the city, is because they can afford it as well.
No, no, no. What I was
The-
trying to say is the moment the city of New York was founded, like it wasn't like all the five boroughs immediately. Obviously, the first part, I don't know, I don't know the story of New York, but I'm assuming that it first started with Manhattan, and then other parts adjacent to Manhattan started becoming what was then known as New York, right? If I'm not mistaken.
oh, yeah, more or less, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
This happens all the time, right? So like same thing happened with LA. Like there was the city of Los Angeles, but then it started spreading out, and now you have places like Watts and Compton, which are technically not part of the city of Los Angeles, but they became part of the metro area. So what I'm saying is, this is just going to create more urban sprawl, right? To the point where places like Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, and Yonkers might eventually actually become part of New York. Maybe not the boroughs, but
Mm,
you know what I'm trying to
I
say?
mean, Klaus, finish your point because I'm still not comprehending.
Yeah, yeah. So what I'm saying is that obviously Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, and Yonkers they're not part of NYC proper. Like I understand that. Like I'm not that ignorant. But what I'm saying is that if the need for housing ever gets so desperate that they have to start building in the boonies, like outside of the city, and we're not at the city proper, and then the people who live outside that city nevertheless still work in the city, given enough time, places like Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, and Yonkers are gonna become part of the city of New York. Maybe not
Mm,
formally,
no,
legally, like
they
no.
they've been part of the city since 1979 when Ed Koch was mayor. Uh, the people that live outside of the city, for the most part, that take public transportation to commute, whether it's in Nassau County or Westchester County, um, uh, from last I checked, in 2019, 85% of them were okay. Anywhere from 75 to 85% of them were white collar workers. The other 25% of them were blue collar workers in a union, construction and pavement, etc., whatnot. They're like high paid people anyway. And I don't think the city is willing to integrate Westchester or Nassau County, the five boroughs, or to make it any easier for them to get in here. I think what we're going to see is a matter of that I mean, look, if anything, it's just a matter of the public transportation that's going to fluctuate. It's either going to become better or worse. And if it becomes worse, they'll probably move out the city or set up shop respectively where they live. Nassau, Westchester, Fairfield County, Connecticut, and go from there.
What is Sunset Park? Anyway.
Sunset Park is in Brooklyn, New York. It's the Mexican American enclave for the Puebla Yorkers. So the Mexicans from Puebla that migrate, for the most part, reside at Sunset Park, Brooklyn, New York.
Bruh, so why are there even Mexicans in New York, bro? Like y'all don't get tired of like just taking over every goddamn state? Can y'all like stick to the Southwest, bro? Can we have like one fucking state, bro? Why y'all like this? Y'all are too fucking greedy, bro. I swear to God. Like we don't need Mexicans in New York, bro. Get off that shit. Like y'all already got Chicago already, nigga. Like stick to your own shit. I swear to God, bro.
I love me.
You know, it's funny. When I was growing up, a lot of the Mexicans in New York that I grew up with were from Oaxaca, Guerrero, Puebla. So so I mean, I was under the assumption that my like school and educational learning, like the Mexicans I've encountered, were all like the Mexicans from here, from those places I mentioned, and they all look like that. And That's Mexico for you. And boy, I was wrong. It was a culture shock for me. But there's a lot of Mexicans outside of southern Mexico. I'll tell you that. A lot of the women look better if they're from other parts of Mexico. Take that as you will, but this is just what I'm saying.
All right, yo, guys. I think I might have to wrap it here because I may have to go on a stream with OG in about half an hour. I don't know. He's still not replying to me, so I gotta call him and like set something up. But it was a great stream. Thank you a lot for sharing a lot of this good info, Henry. I think the next money stream should definitely be about budgeting. I think you can give a pretty good master class for
We
that.
ain't broke, nigga. We don't budget.
Well, I need to budget, nigga.
Nah, I'm just kidding, yo. I'm gonna say fuck.
So what's the detail on the Rancho stream? There's a Rancho stream.
Well,
What's
there
that
may
about?
be one. I'm not sure. That's why I'm trying to call him and like let him know like if I'm doing this stream or not. Like,
All
Hit
right,
him up. Hit him up. Call him.
closing
Find
statement.
out.
Double think again before buying or putting your money into NFTs. From my perspective, there's no value in it, but these guys think there is. You could be on the other side and sell them and make money off stupid people. That makes sense, but I don't see the value in NFTs. Oh, and if you're gonna day trade, just get your 10-15%, get out. Don't hold, don't be
Yep.
greedy.
all right, y'all heard it here first. Money stream, get your money up. Listen to this, get smarter, get wiser, and
Don't be
get that.
greedy.
Yeah, don't be greedy, but get that money though. Still get that. Still get your money though. Thank you everyone for coming, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Holla.
Here. Swiping, no swiping.
Swiping now, swiping.
These fucking bitches. Oh my god. Oh, is this over or not?
We're still live. Swiping, no swiping.
I don't even know if we are, bro. Like, bro, this thing taking so fucking long, bro. Wait, what?